you're rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots, and a sexy body full of tats.
I think I would look smart.
No, I look plenty smart. I just was not
S
highlighted.
M R T E.
I am so smart. I am so smart. SMRT. I mean SMART. As he burns down the fucking house. Good job, Homer.
Dough.
Yep, dough for sure on the dough. Fucking A, dude, my back hurts. And even after having Jessica adjust me this morning, while a lot of good things popped, it's like it wasn't high enough. I think it was like right up here, this area. We need to get rolling, Jeffy. That's the point. Drink some cold water. Whoa. You almost made a big mess.
I'm glad I took a big drink.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
All right.
Trying to knock everything over here. Either way, so my back is hurting.
Yep. Back hurts.
Yep, it hurts. I got to go to the chiropractor earlier than expected, and that sucks. Not that it's going to cost me any more to go, but it does suck that I have to go long before anticipated. Either that or maybe I'll just happen to roll the right way in bed, and it'll pop. And
How did you end up getting a sports injury in your sleep?
I didn't. It's like, odds are I just slept wrong. Because I don't know about you, but like I tend to sleep on my side, but I usually sleep on my left side. But with my digestive issues I've been trying to sleep more on my back or on my right to get things moving because there was literally a settling issue.
Yeah.
So in sleeping on my right, I have a bad habit of sleeping like this. For those who can't see, I sleep like I'm trying to get the teacher's attention. Not vertically, but horizontally. Or my arm under her head or something like that. But you do that and your head gets all wonky because you're sleeping on your shoulder. Now, when you tuck like this, you can get your shoulder underneath you and it doesn't fuck you up as much. But my right arm doesn't do that as readily as my left arm. So I've been trying to train myself better that way. So in theory, at some point since Saturday, I slept wrong or maybe some of the dumb shit. That fucking light fell. That's what I heard. You see that in the detolf?
I see.
What the hell?
It fall down, go boom.
Well, I got tape for that. Either way, so I think that I just need one. I'm gonna need a proper adjustment. Not a slow and steady thing. It's like no, you need to get in there,
right?
Move some shit around. But
I don't know. I find my chiropractor's done it both ways. He's gone in cold and just started working because I was really hurting. Mm-hmm. But I found that when he uses the TENS units and all that stuff on your back first for the problem areas, it really, really helps.
Well, yeah. So that's what I did first this morning.
So, at first, I hated it.
Yeah, so
I hated those pads, but now I like it a lot.
Yeah. So we have the TENS units. So that's what I had her do when I didn't get out of bed. Like I said, go get the TENS unit. I'm gonna lay here. I'm gonna get comfy, put them on my back where I want them, and go for 20 minutes. So I did that, and then. Once I got out of bed, got some coffee in me and stuff like that, I was doing some stretches, got on the floor, did some of the exercise I should have been doing all this time, but I haven't been. That's why she made a note that my core is getting weaker. So one of the exercises they have me do, at least there, is basically like kind of a pole stretch. Like they usually a PVC pipe. But yeah. I don't have any of that because PVC got really fucking expensive, so I'm not just going to go buy some PVC, right? But then I realized we still had our walking sticks from Renaissance. Mm-hmm. And hers is way straighter than mine. Mine has a nice little dog leg in it. So I used that basically to do a lot of the upper body kind of stretches and then some squats and stuff like that. Just try to straighten out my back with a little bit of strength. And then I did a whole lot of light core work that I haven't done in a while this morning, and it was good for a little bit, but now it's really hurting again.
Yeah, I need to get back on that. I've stopped. I used to throw in a rucksack, march around the property. Yeah, and when I'd get back to the barn, I'd work out with a mace bell, like a big metal pole with a weight on the end. Yeah, and then I'd hit my rowing machine. Yeah, I like that a lot. And sometimes I'd throw some free weights in. I've completely stopped, and I've been feeling worse and worse because of it.
Yeah, that probably has a lot to do with some of the feelings you've been having lately and the lack of energy and stuff like that, which it goes the same for me, but also work. Oh, God. Fucking work last week sucked, dude. Like, I won't go into potentials, but, like, having having an extra day off for the holiday was nice because Tuesday I really could have used the rest. For whatever reason, Monday kicked my ass. So having Tuesday off was nice.
Yeah, you had things not go.
Yeah, things very much didn't go my way.
Or didn't go, period.
Yes. I mean, everybody knows that I have work vehicles. But, like, repeatedly, broke down. The first one died on me.
Someone else maintains them or is supposed to maintain them.
Yeah, if I don't. Yeah, like, because I do some maintaining on the things because there's like small mechanical bullshit, like nothing crazy, but like small maintenance things that I can handle with just hand tools without doing anything dumb or needing to intervene with I'll tell a mechanic about it, be like, hey, this needs this, but I'll take care of it.
It's what we would have called in the Army part of your -10, part of your operator level maintenance.
Yeah, exactly. So I had a truck break down on me Wednesday. So
I know I poked, made fun, offered alternatives.
I was stuck on the side of the freeway, for an hour in the heat. Luckily, because it wasn't going anywhere, I went ahead and it was getting towed anyway, so I just turned the key on and let the fans blow on me for the best of my ability.
Just run the battery down.
I mean, it's gonna get towed no matter what. If the battery gets run down, whoop-de-doo. So that kept me going for a little bit. Thank God I wasn't very far away from work. Or else where I came from was way far out. So, like, that would have sucked. I would have been sitting out there for a long fucking time. I'd have been like, Jeff, come get me. I'm going to cool off at your house.
We're leaving it here.
Yes, basically. But then, I couldn't have done that because there was important things inside. They would have been like, hey, you can't leave that there for security reasons.
It's analogous to a load abandonment.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. I mean, like, it's one thing if they come and get me and we leave it, but if I just choose to abandon the work vehicle,
screw it, it's hot. I'm done.
Like, it's hot. I'm going. It's like, I'll be at HEB. Come get me.
This is mildly uncomfortable. I'm done.
It was beyond mildly. That's fucking bad. Hold on, I gotta make a fun face there for everybody. Either way, and then so that truck is done. Like, it is done.
Like DUN done.
DUN done until they get parts for it. So they replace it the next day. Well, they don't replace it. I go find another vehicle the next day, and take it out, and almost the same fucking thing happens to me, but it never dies on me. It just starts running really, really shitty. Turns out it's got a broken injector and the lower pressure oil pump is dead.
Oh, wow.
So now it's done.
So they're diesel rigs, right?
No, these are propane.
No, that sucks.
Yes, it sucks a lot.
They are hungry.
They are hungry, but they are basically Chevy V8s as far as I know. They're Chevy V8s, just
5.3, 5.7, something like that,
something
or
like
6.0.
I don't think they're 6s, but some of them are 6s, but I don't think these are. I think just with the size vehicle, they're either 5.3s or maybe even 4.8s for all I know. But if they were 6, I know for a fact I've driven some 6.0s before because there was a big difference. But either way, so those are down. So I get a different vehicle Friday, right? I think Friday. Nah, I might have jumped ahead. I think it was Thursday I had the breakdown. Then Friday I had the other breakdown. Then
mechanical, not mental.
Well, no, those happen anyways. So Saturday I drive a completely different vehicle on a normal basis. Because that was the vehicle I had during the week, and then on Saturday they keep giving it back to me, even though it's no longer the vehicle I drive during the week.
Right.
That's gone. So presumably filling in for the two missing vehicles that are now gone. And so I get another vehicle, and then that check engine light comes on and it starts running like shit. But it's a gas engine.
Mommy, why is that man screaming and cursing driving down the road?
Dude, like by the time I don't know, 10.
That red-faced man is angry.
Yeah. By 10 o'clock, dude, like 10 o'clock Saturday morning, which is only an hour into my shift, I am just so fucking done with everything. It's Saturday morning wasn't that hot because we got so much rain.
It was nice.
Yeah. Speaking of rain, guys, oh my God,
See, everybody else is catching it. I'm not getting the rain anywhere. I'm either asleep or it doesn't hit where I'm at.
You're not experiencing the rain, but it definitely, it hit your house pretty hard Thursday while y'all were gone, while we were at trivia.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it happened. So
yeah, I was in trivia. I didn't even get out in the rain.
Well, I mean, it was outside. We were still experiencing it where we were.
I like the crazy weather. I like driving.
Fuck you.
I think it's fun.
Fuck you and you're crazy. No, I've spent enough time in bad weather. I don't want it.
Oh, trust me. Yeah,
I've had enough places flood on me. I don't want it.
Telling you, the most mentally fatigued I think I've ever been was a day and a half spent with on an 18-wheeler. Most of the time being loaded, near 80,000 pounds, with it raining just nonstop. Mentally, it'll fatigue the hell out of you. My brain was just done by the end of those days.
Yeah.
I wanted nothing more than to climb back into my sleeper and just pass out.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I've never done long haul stuff like that, but with any of the driving jobs I've had over the decades, whether that was doing pizza and going through the flood of 2000 or 2001, whichever one it was.
Well, that whole job, that's why I drive slow now. That's why I'm a freaking grandpa on the highway.
Yeah.
I'm at 65. I'm happy. I'm not in a hurry.
Yeah.
I'm not getting pulled over. That even translated into running the little van, doing all the specialty courier stuff.
Yeah.
I made better time than everyone else in the company.
Yeah.
Because I did the speed limit. I only stopped for fuel.
Yeah.
And never got pulled over, never got harassed. It was just, taking your time, get you there quicker than getting pulled over hauling ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, even on the motorcycle, I'm still speed limit. Why? This thing's fast as hell. Why am I going the speed limit? Because it's habit.
Yeah, I only usually do that whenever have been drinking or I completely check out. So I had this discussion with Andre the other day where basically my autopilot is incredibly safe. Like, and so like I do the speed limit. I stop at every stoplight. Not that I don't otherwise, but I stop at everything. I maintain my lane. Well, you would expect that if you're checked out, you're not paying attention to any stop signs or stoplights, right? Like, and I'm talking like, even when I was blackout drunk, the couple times I drove blackout drunk. Yes, I know I shouldn't have. I don't need to hear about it. I changed my ways after the fact.
But we're gonna.
No, that was years ago, and I haven't done it since. Because I made it home totally safe and heard nothing about accidents or anything else wise. But also, like, when I had my girlfriend in the car back, my ex, and we both had been drinking, but I was better off, basically got home with zero issue at all because basically, like, I don't want to speed. I don't want to draw any attention to myself. I maintain my lane, like, better than I normally do. And everything else like that. So it's kind of funny that when I'm exhausted, depending on the situation, because 2-lane roads are a little bit different, because then you got a lot more chance of running into somebody head on, which is always bad. There's some lane drifting that definitely happens, but like I can be on the phone. I don't mean like, texting, because texting is obviously bad. But like I used to have full on conversations with either my best friend, girlfriend, somebody, long ass conversations, and get home and be like, I don't remember anything from the time I left. I was like, how did I get home? It's like I completely check out. But either way,
I did that one night. Amy and my wife and Luke and everybody was gone, just gone.
Yeah.
And
GUN.
Man, I went to the bar not too far away on the motorcycle, got tore down, come home, woke up the next morning, looked in the driveway. Where's my bike?
Yeah.
Where's my bike? I start getting worried.
I assume you secured it.
Nothing's hurt. Nothing's injured. Open the front door and it's on the porch.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, I couldn't get past it. It was blocking so much. So I guess I would have had to park on the porch and walk around to the back door. And all I could hear is Christopher Titus comedy bit.
Yeah.
Why is the car parked at such a funny angle on the porch?
Across the street. Yeah. Well, you got to leave the pause, the comedic pause. Why?
Because I guarantee
that your bike's at a funny angle on the porch.
Yeah.
Across the street.
It was a bad night.
How did you get it on the porch?
Drove straight through the yard and right up on the porch.
I mean, did y'all have a ramp?
No. It was ground level, just sidewalk right up on the porch.
Okay. It's not the current house.
I had to have been an inch from the front door because I couldn't get out.
Yeah.
Couldn't get around the bike. How the hell did I get in?
You got off the bike, went right in the door.
Or I went around to the house.
The door opens inward. So you just got off the bike and opened the door. That's how. It's like you just pulled it up to the door, just got off the bike and went inside. You probably opened the door sitting on the bike. That's the only thing that makes sense. It's like likely you didn't walk all the way around. Doors open inwards, not outwards.
Yeah, but still, it boggled the mind how the hell that happened or why that happened.
Have you ever seen someone who hung their front door backwards and the shit opens outward instead of inward?
No, because that is...
I've seen it. It's weird. I'm like, why did you...
Well, they open inward for security, so you can lock them, you can push against it, you can put a lock bar down, whatever you got to do.
Now, I've seen it. I don't remember where it was, but I know in my many journeys around the counties of Texas,
I can see a home invasion. You holding on to the doorknob, trying not to let it pull out.
Exactly. Trying not to let it pull out, huh?
Giggity.
Anyways, what's up going on, guys? Welcome back to the Now You Made It Awkward podcast, episode 95. We're tired. We're very low energy today, despite
really is. The giver shitter's not working, but we're trying to hammer through and get at least a couple hours of content.
The shitter's definitely full. Yeah. So I am Shoky.
That was
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Thursday.
Yeah. So I am Shoky, of course, and you can follow me at all the Shoky related links in the description down below. And with me, as usual, is my pain in the ass, Heffy.
Hi.
Yes, he's tired.
Hi.
He's tired and grumpy. he's extra grumpy today, guys.
Extra. So I'm always grumpy, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just you can be jovial, but you're always grumpy.
That's my base.
Yeah, your base is annoyed.
I'm grounded and grumpy.
Pretty much. It's just how it is. I mean, like to be fair, I haven't fed you before a podcast in a few weeks, so maybe that's probably part of it. No empanadas in the last month.
I'll try to work on something fun to bring us.
Yeah, another day. Speaking of which, I did get more blind squirrel.
Nice.
So I figured you didn't see it since you went for tequila.
I didn't see it. I was contemplating getting another bottle of something. I'm thinking like a raspberry chambord or something to go with the blind squirrel. Would be a good little shot.
Weird.
I
got the Bailey's chocolate down there now for that purpose. I went booze hunting earlier.
You did
for no reason.
So you did the Risha shot?
Yeah. And it's hard to find small bottles of chocolate liqueur when Specs is completely resetting the whole store.
Oh.
So our local Specs right there, yeah, they're redoing the entire store. They got brand new shelves to basically make it like a new regular store instead of the old shitty shelves. So they're emptying out the old shelves into baskets. And so, like, I'm sitting here, like, I'm just looking around.
So you're at a flea market hunting for booze.
Almost. It's just like they got half the new shelves installed, and they're going like almost all the way to the back of the store now instead of where it used to end.
Yeah.
So I was like, what the fuck is going on? I couldn't find shit. By the way, I got a message from Will yesterday. He stopped and got some Devon's root beer.
Nice.
So he got some of the regular, and he got some of the Texas pecan, which I more like.
Ooh, Texas pecan?
Yeah. So it's root beer, but they add pecan flavor.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really fucking good. I prefer that, but they didn't have any when I got it the other day. So I've got like 1 or 2 cans of the regular left. And guys, make sure you go check out our Devon's taste test, because Devon himself got a hold of him via Instagram, and he did watch our reviews and said he thought we were hilarious. Which is cool, because we talked a lot of shit about that banana. And he said,
no, we talked a lot of good. We talked one shitty point about the banana.
He's a shitty point. But speaking of which, I need to edit the taste test from last week. I haven't done that yet. So, guys, sorry if you haven't seen that yet, or maybe you did, because this comes out on Friday and today's Monday. My brain is still fried. I forgot it was Monday again. And I need to go to the doctor, and my brain is just not happy. And I just realized this might actually just screw onto the top of this. Never can. Either way. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, guys. Either way, so, of course, guys, if you would like to write into the show, you can do so at NowYouMadeItAwkwardMail@gmail.com. It'll be here on the screen. It should make a ding sound. And then also, if for some reason it's a lot of letters that you can't really necessarily read, you can copy and paste it from the description down below if you want to write in with things, which, by the way, episode 100 is coming up in 5 episodes. I know that sounds crazy. And we need questions, much like we did for episode 69. We need a buttload of either or, would you rather type questions, or a type of question where it's not going to take a very long, complicated answer, that kind of stuff like that. So if you guys want to write in with any questions like that, by all means do that, so it's less work for me to do to come up with questions.
Right.
I might actually repeat some of the ones from 69 because, well, you're here now and you didn't listen to that.
No.
Yep. And then also, if you would like to contact the show, go ahead and check out the Facebook page.
Yes.
Why?
Facebook page.
Why do we want to do that?
Well, you can send us messages, and right next to the message box is an icon with a microphone on it. Click that microphone. You can leave us voice messages as well, and we'll play them on air if you have any questions, comments, concerns.
Yep. Just like we did for our friend Sean here, which he sent in a long message, which means this is probably going to be not safe for work. I have no fucking clue. So
hold on to your butts.
Or something. Hold on to something. So once again, guys, on the It Doesn't Have to Make Sense Facebook page, the thing will come across here. And also like and subscribe to this channel, and also follow our Rumble channel by all means. I got a few more followers over there that I've seen. Rumble is just a YouTube alternative, but they allow you to say a bit more free things than YouTube does, generally speaking. So if sometime there might be a Rumble only episode,
you're allowed to rant with fewer reprisals.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so what do we got today for Sean? I have no idea how. Make sure I got the volume there. Turn that off, and turn that on. So then make sure we get the right audio, because this would suck otherwise.
Question for the pod. All right, so this week's question is not so much nonsense, if you will.
That's a change.
Sure. Believe it or not, my mind does actually work, and it does hit a serious note every now and then. It's just if I choose to listen to it or not. So here's my question. Now think about it. Do you remember the time you find out that your dad is not Superman? If you do remember, talk about it. Now what I mean by that is, when did you find out that your dad's not invincible? When did you find out that your dad can be hurt? Maybe more emotionally than physically. When or if did your dad ever do something that went against everything he's ever taught you? When did you find out Dad wasn't Superman? And if you remember, talk about it.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, I'm going to plead the fifth on this one. My dad is a avid listener, and he still kicks ass.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I think his point is that, like,
he's knocking on 70. He's got 5 acres, tons of goats, chickens, rabbits, peacocks, a horse, some pigs. He's out there in the heat every single day, kicking ass, hauling feed and collecting eggs and just killing it.
Yeah. I don't have a moment where I feel like my dad was, well, I don't think I ever saw my dad as like the superhuman, as it were. He's not the superhero. I mean, my dad was, the weird thing is, I grew up with a reverse dynamic, I think, of a lot of people, because being a very late baby, my dad, I was born when my dad was 50.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like the accident. My mom says miracle. I say accident. So my dad retired at 55.
So your dad was around a lot.
My dad was always around. Yeah. And he did everything. He went, he mowed, took care of everything. We built everything on our property, with help or by ourselves, whichever way it worked out. Because everyone in the family already knew how to do everything, so we all were just self-sufficient that way. So I never saw until, way later. I think if there was anything where it was kind of in that situation, was when my dad had to get his pacemaker put in, which I wasn't too panicked about when he had to get the pacemaker, because he always kind of had a little bit of heart problems, but then when the like arrhythmia or whatever really kind of kicked up a notch, that was a big thing. But it was actually whenever he had to get the first battery replacement on it was when I think I kind of panicked a little bit. I know I was more worried about that than when he first had it put in, because it's like, okay, if this thing is keeping him alive, but they got to shut it off for a while to replace this battery, which, mind you, is a pretty small procedure.
Well, still, the whole bypass thing's scary.
Yeah. And he's never had like full on heart surgery or anything else like that, which, at some point they probably needed to do. But now that he's 90, going on 91, it's kind of like, well, we can't really do anything for that. Like, he probably needed like a heart valve, I think, in the last couple of years, if I recall correctly. But they said there's no fucking point. Like, he wouldn't survive the surgery, and even if he did, it would be miserable existence after the fact.
It's just wear and tear at this point.
It would just be wear and tear. I mean, like, only since he's basically been unable to drive.
Hey, you got a connection timeout on your camera.
That's fine. Hit OK.
Okay.
Just hit OK on it. It's connected. It's just
okay.
It does that. But I think it's been since he basically had to get his driver's license taken away. I think it's probably it. But I mean, by that point, it's fucking 885.
Yeah.
You know, and he basically he is kind of a shell of who he once was, because basically all of the things he normally would do have essentially been taken away from him for his and other people's safety. You know, he can't shoot guns anymore. You know, hell, he damn near shot me and my mom.
Oh Lord,
because he couldn't see.
Poor muzzle discipline.
No, the alarm was going off for what? Like, I think it was one time I came home late, and I was trying to turn off the alarm. I mean, they knew I was going to be out late. You know, this is when I was still living with them for a little while before Jessica and I got together. And he comes out without his glasses on and his underwear, and he's got his .22 pistol just pointed in the dark. And like, put it fucking down. It's just me. Like, I've got the lights on, but he just can't see because he's looking through the dark. And then after that, there was another incident where he nearly shot my mom, and that's when we had to take his guns away, and that's when they took his driver's license away and all that shit.
That sucks.
But I mean, like, to get that fucking go way past actual life expectancy, because life expectancy I think is 74 in this country right now, and my dad's 91 or will be 91, and I'm not gonna lie, it probably would be a little bit better if he would kicked a bit earlier. You know, I don't want my dad to die, but I also don't want him to fucking suffer through life, you know? It's like what we talked about this before, you know, it's like, if I know that I'm going to be suffering or I'm going to be a huge burden on someone else, it's like, yes, I understand you love me and you want to take care of me, but I don't want to live like that.
Right.
You know, and my dad's he's not a vegetable by any means, but he's also not contributing in any way to anything other than his own waistline.
Right.
You know, sadly, he's getting fat again because he eats too much because he forgets that he eats.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so
he's bored.
He's bored, doesn't remember that he ate, so he'll be eating like every 2 hours.
Oh, good grief.
Yeah, and he's eating my mom out of house and home, and that's half of the things she complains about whenever she does whatever. But, I mean, like, I don't think I ever was disillusioned with that.
Was there an age gap between your parents?
Yeah, about 15 or 16 years.
Yeah, my wife's 14 years older than I am.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so Luke kind of has the same thing that I have in a way, but without being a huge...
But opposite.
Yeah. Well, because the way I look, like, parental-wise backwards, but where his older half-siblings, you know, probably don't have anything to do with him that much.
Yeah, they get along very well.
Yeah, but, I mean, are they around?
Yeah, one's in the Woodlands, the other's in San Antonio.
Oh, okay. See, my siblings weren't always around. And that's one reason why, like, now, you know, they're all basically, you know, damn near elderly, if I put it that way. But they don't have fuck all to do. Nobody's reaching out to me to hang out with me. My nieces and nephews don't fucking...
How my younger sister and I don't even hang out.
Yeah.
This is what it is. I will take a step back and alter his question a little bit. The first time I realized my dad didn't know everything and wasn't infallible, I was in high school.
Okay.
And I walked outside to see Dad hunched over his Ford. Got an NA73, old 92 model, 3/4 ton.
Sure.
And he was huffing and grunting and cussing and sweating up a storm.
Yeah.
I walked up to the truck and said, Dad, what you doing? He said, can you help me? I said, yeah, what you got? He said, I'm trying to lift up this pulley to get this belt under it. And I went, huh?
Oh, yeah. You told me about that.
And he literally had his hands on the tensioner pulley trying to pull it up by hand. I walked up, grabbed a ratchet wrench and a box wrench, and with 2 fingers broke it over. And he went, really? Just go away.
Yeah.
All right, Dad, you good? Yeah, I'm good. Go away.
Yeah, he reached the limit of his knowledge, and you were there to see it.
And he's, as we've gotten older and older and older, he's realizing, hey, Hefe knows how to do stuff. He can work on stuff, and he's calling me constantly. You know, I'm about to build a freestanding brooder for him for his chickens. elevated.
Sorry, the word brooder took me off. I know what you mean, but I was like, brooder.
It's a hutch where baby chickens stay away from bigger chickens.
But what else will they eat if they don't eat their babies?
You know, the feed.
Oh.
They're not cannibals, you asshole.
Look. Your chicken.
That's not how chickens get made.
Your chickens are part of the problem. If you have independent chickens, the FDA wants to talk to you.
Go for it.
Because we have to kill all the chickens now.
Really?
Well, apparently. Something bird flu.
Yeah.
So apparently this new bird flu pandemic is so bad that they're killing cows and chickens because it can transfer from chickens to cows.
That's convenient because they're trying to force that fucking fake meat down our throats.
Yeah. Well, they also
make us all eat bugs.
Yeah. Eat the bugs, Jeff.
Kiss my ass.
You'd be surprised how many things you eat on a daily basis already have bugs in them, and they didn't tell you.
I look for it and I don't eat it.
Yeah, I forgot what they call it now. There's a
it's a something protein.
Yeah, but they keep renaming shit so you don't see it. Yeah.
Much like they do.
Much like wood pulp.
Much more like much like they do xylitol and with the sweeteners. It's called birch bark.
Yeah, birch bark. But there's also a lot of if you look through some foods and you see cellulose in it.
Yeah,
that's wood pulp. They're just putting wood in your food as filler.
That's what's in Metamucil's fiber.
Yeah, but I'm saying this isn't like fiber. They're literally adding wood pulp.
Yep.
Just because they actually give you slightly less of the thing you want by blending in wood as filler. No wonder we have fucking problems digesting stuff. It's like,
compared to the food labels,
eat a tree. It's good for you.
The ingredients list you see in like the UK, we have so much crap just in our food.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people come on vacation here for like several weeks and they realize they put on a ton of weight and then they go home.
I feel like crap.
Yeah, I feel like shit. Why? I mean, but to be fair,
no shit,
our food tastes better.
Well, you got burgers that are $1.50 a piece, then you have a salad that's $7.
Yeah, and the salad isn't even organic,
right?
Or true certified organic.
I don't want organic. I don't want to eat fruit and vegetables with bugs in it.
Well, the thing is like
that's what organic means. Has bugs.
I mean, has bugs is good because otherwise it means it's full of fucking pesticides that can harm you.
That's only a little cancer.
Yeah, a little. That's why cancer rates have skyrocketed. I'm sure it has nothing to do with the sheer amount of oils in our food that we shouldn't be eating.
Just a little cancer,
and the sheer amount of
suck it up, get over it, pussy.
Yeah. Well, the other part is like the desiccants that are added to our wheat. So that when they figured out that certain pesticides would desiccate the wheat and dry it out faster, that caused them to germinate. They basically they controlled when the wheat stopped.
Yeah,
because wheat has to be absolutely dry when you harvest it. Mm-hmm. So they desiccate it on purpose. So they purposely spray your wheat with poison to kill it fast at a certain point. And then they process it and you end up eating a lot of that. So there's so many fucking problems with American food. It's insane. I mean, like, it's not just American food because basically certain companies that start with an M or a certain company that starts with M has done this all over the fucking world, and they control a huge part of the food. I almost said food population.
That may be one of the reasons, like during the winter months, I feel better and I'm moving better because I eat a lot of game meat.
Could be.
And because I'm not getting a lot of other crap we're getting.
Yeah. Well, because the other thing is that I just read was that they're working on adding more. Let's see, how do I say this word without getting in trouble on YouTube? Jabs. They add more jabs to our cows and pigs and everything else like that to protect us from diseases via food.
I'm looking forward to once we get our house built. We are getting 10 head of cattle.
10 cats. We're gonna eat cat.
Chinese food. Yeah.
Yay. Korean.
Vietnamese would be dog.
Yes, that's true.
Dog eat dog. Oh, no, dog eat dog. No.
Yes, we know you don't dog. No wolf wolf.
George, no bring ship here. Yeah.
Hey, can you hand me that black charging cable over there?
A little throwback from our childhood or youth.
Utes.
Our youths.
Yeah. Because my phone is a-dying and I'm going to need it later. Okay. What else we got?
I'm car shopping at the moment.
Oh, yeah. You did say something about car shopping.
My little cargo van, my little ProMaster City, is throwing some codes and acting like it did last time the transmission went out, which was $4,500 to replace. I don't want to do that. Yeah. I think I'm going to let it die. When it dies, it dies. And I think I'm going to repower it eventually with the twin turbo TDI diesel.
That's a lot of work.
It is, but it would be an amazing engine in that little van.
Maybe.
We like it for the utility. It's easy enough to throw a whole pallet weighing up to 1,800 pounds in the back of that thing and just take off.
Yeah.
Picking up feed in the rain. Hell, stacking hay in the rain if you have to. Corn. We buy pallets of corn to fill feeders. And instead of, pitching it, it's so much easier just having with the forklift load it in the back of the truck or the van and gone.
I just want a flatbed work truck.
That's what we're building right now for the Duramax at the farm.
I don't want to build shit. I want to buy it.
We picked one up. We're rehabbing it. We're getting close. We're about to repaint it, rewire it. And that's going on the Duramax.
Oh, did y'all have any more down trees in the last couple storms?
Yes.
I know you had the one that fell partially on the dual.
Yeah, we had that.
But since Thursday, did you get any more? Okay. Okay.
No, we're good. But anyway, I'm hunting. I have a strange obsession. I like conversion bands.
Oh, that one. Okay.
No, not the one we won't talk about here. We agreed never to speak of that.
You agreed to it. I didn't.
Anyway, I've been looking at these conversion bands with the 7 and 9 passenger. I want the 9 passenger, the long wheelbase, just so I can carry everybody in the family on big road trips.
Yeah, but you hate people.
But I like persons.
Yeah, persons is people with a different spelling.
I'm a person, not a people person.
I like 9 persons only.
That's about it. All the people I like can probably fit.
Fuck 11 passengers. 9.
Well, it's got 6 captain's chairs and the bench that folds into a bed.
See, I'm a fan of the captain's chairs.
Yeah.
Except, so we did a road trip to Colorado back in high school with the church.
Yeah.
We did a VBS up there. And they left all the bench seats in except for the back one. They took the back one out to store everything, right? Mm-hmm. And it was a big, I think it was 15 passenger van. It was a huge Chevy, if I recall. And it sucked because we didn't stop. We drove the whole way, 22 hours.
They drive like I do.
Well, we drove as safe as we could with a fucking 2-year-old in the van too.
Yeah.
But the problem was, I can't sleep in a vehicle like that. Like certain vehicles,
I can in a heartbeat,
but I couldn't. So like I was doing everything in my power, but we missed a trick. If we had just taken all the seats out, everybody could have just had sleeping bags on the ground.
Air up mattresses all through it.
Not even that. Just sleeping bags on the floor with pillows would have been far more comfortable. We would have had way more space. Technically unsafer.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a word. Technically unsafer.
Less safe.
Yeah, sure. If you want to be all DOT about it. But the point is like we thought about it after the fact. We got all the way home and we're like, we should have just taken all the seats out. We would have had way more room. Like leave the first seat in for bolting the kid down because he had a baby seat. That would have been good. Baby seat, and then anybody who wants to just chill in the front. And we had a DVD player, but it was only for the cab or people who were driving. Yeah. Well, irony. So everyone else was literally asleep, but because I couldn't sleep in the vehicle, I drove most of the way. And they got mad at me for watching SpongeBob DVDs while driving. And I'm just like, I'm bored. Like, it's like, give me something. I want to just watch the sponging bobs.
I like good road trips. My best friend.
Road trips.
We'll call him Z.
Hi, Z.
Yeah, hi, Z. We went to Lee's Summit, Missouri one time. I was working out a load going up that way. His wife was out of town and he was off. He said, I'm bored. Can I go? I said, well, you're not going to get paid. He said, I don't care. I want to go on a trip.
Oh, with you.
Yeah.
Sorry. When you said, can I go? I thought you meant he was on the trip and said, I'm bored. I'm going home.
No, so come on, let's roll. We threw we were hauling 2 boxes of biosamples from Austin to Lee Summit, Missouri, which is just south of Kansas City. We threw an air up mattress in the back of the little van.
Yeah.
Threw a sleeping bag down. Took turns sleeping the entire way. It was the best time machine I've ever had. Probably some of the best sleep I've ever had in my life.
See, I'm on board for something like that where you can trade off and like that, and I'd probably be fine.
Well, and then he gets up and I'm still driving. An hour and a half later, he goes, I'm bored. Let me drive. Well, I'm driving. It's not your turn. I said, but I'm bored. Let me drive. So it was an hour of arguing. Yeah. Then I finally, screw it. I turned on the Clint Black album from The Killing Time.
Yeah.
We sang that sumbitch front to back.
See, what I would have done was had a spare steering wheel to just hand him. There you go. Like, have the same... Oop, I'm hitting the wrong button. Have the same steering wheel as spare and just hand it to him.
Or just like the driver's ed setup.
Oh, that would have been really funny. Have a dual steering wheel setup. But like,
pass the cop and the guy in the driver's seat's just out.
Well, the funny part would be you just have one steering wheel but two columns. So you just pop it off, put it on the other one,
like a racing steering wheel.
Fine, you drive. And you just hand it to the other guy
in motion.
Yeah, going down the road. Oh shit! You know. Like, well, it is what it is, boss. But no, that makes more sense. But that's kind of what I was saying.
Hey, I told him last night about van shopping. He said, another road trip. We're going.
Yeah, the problem is fucking everything is so much more expensive now.
It is, but
even the used car.
I think for what I do, my site security work, that van would be a perfect platform to open everything up, sit in one of the captain's chairs, and just relax.
I mean, you're not wrong. It's just that, fuck, dude, everything's expensive.
You know, I'm looking at the...
you can't even get anything on Marketplace for a reasonable price anymore.
You know, all captain's chairs, front seats and the ones in the back, I'm probably going to put the swivel mounts on so you can turn everything around.
That's always the way to go.
That's going to be nice.
So the funny part is, before my mom got her Caravan, so she got it was a 98 Dodge Caravan, right? And... we rented one to go on a road trip, and it was like, I think it was technically a town and country because like it had leather, it had the captain's chairs in the middle instead of the fucking bench, and it was nice. It was really fucking nice. So that's why I think it was a town and country, not a caravan.
One of my rentals was a Grand Caravan GT.
Yeah.
And that thing was badass. Yeah.
Oh, this was a Grand Caravan, so let me specify, but it wasn't the fully fancy model. But, I mean, it did the job for a long time. Mm-hmm. But I always argued with her. I was like, you could just get captain's chairs for the middle. We don't need this bench seat anymore. We're not hauling kids everywhere anymore. And even then, you can only fit 2 fucking kids. Maybe. I mean, you could squeeze in 3, realistically, if you wanted to, but more people would sit in the back. And probably would have been less awkward for that one trip back from a football game where me and my girlfriend were back there. If we had captain seats, we couldn't have sat that close, you know. And
but no, we did that.
It's a good thing she had a jacket on her lap.
I got rear-ended about 6 months after getting that little van.
Yeah,
by a municipal.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh.
By a truck that was owned by a municipal water company.
Yeah.
So they paid for everything. I put, I think, 14,000 miles on a rental.
So speaking of that,
but that little van, Grand Caravan GT, blue, black wheels, souped up, mood lighting. Minivans aren't terrible.
No, minivans are fine as long as you get a right power plant.
I had one trip down to Galveston and back, paid really well, and that's all I was doing. All 3 dogs rolled with me.
Yeah.
I mean, front seat, captain's chair. They were all just happy as could be.
So, speaking of accidents and insurance, so we are still fighting for a fucking lawsuit over the car accident from last year.
No.
Yeah. So
no.
The company came back and said that due to the statements made at the scene, they said that all 3 of us, I say us, I wasn't there. Jessica, the other girl, and the guy who caused the accident were already in the same lane, and because Jessica was following too close, that's why she hit him. And she's like, that's not what happened. Also, I never gave a statement at the scene. They didn't take my statement until I was at the hospital when the cops came eventually with the other people involved. It's like, so they didn't even nobody took my statement at the scene at all. So the way that has been said, and even when Jessica called me right before the accident happened, she said this guy was swerving in and out of traffic, cutting people off, wasn't able to maintain lanes, and as she was backing off away from him to get away from him, and she had changed lanes because he was in she was in the same lane as him. She changed lane to the left to get away from him and back off, and then not 2 minutes later, that's when he swerved, didn't realize traffic was coming to a stop, rear-ended the girl in front of him, and then Jessica hit him. So it's like, I mean, there's no way to report that phone call between us, obviously, but
well, maybe it's time to invest in a good dash cam.
Yeah, eventually, but
they have some really nice ones out now.
I know, but I mean, like, even at this point, they're trying to claim that they were all traveling in the same lane and it was Jessica's fault. And it was like, no, it's like I gave a statement, like, so they're having to go through a whole lot more.
Of course, people are going to lie. They don't want to be at fault.
Well, the problem is it was a company truck, so it wasn't like it's his personal insurance. And then when I try, like, no, our guy was fine. It's like, dude was swerving and said he was, and mind you, hearsay, but in this case, hearsay is admissible because the other lady involved in the accident heard the guy say that he was falling asleep behind the wheel.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so he was falling asleep, which is why he was driving so erratically and why he didn't know anything. But also the guy, so Jessica was on the phone with 911 when the guy came to try to get her out of her car. Like, he was trying to pull on the fucking door. She's still in shock, and she's, like, screaming at him while she's on the phone with 911. So, like, they could just pull the 911 call, you know, where she's basically screaming and crying at him. And at this point, that's why I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is why we hired a lawyer.
I don't like all those accidents and all that BS. That one, some FBI contractor, jammed in the lane, squeezed in front of a car ahead of me.
Yeah.
And caused everybody to slam on the brakes. So I wouldn't have even touched the dude in front of me had I not been rear-ended. I got pushed so far up.
Yeah.
I think I got pushed 3 or 4 feet. And I put one little 3-inch scratch from my license plate in his bumper.
Yeah.
Dude behind me creamed it. Hit my van so hard. Hit bumper to bumper contact. His toe pendles put huge dents in the door. And that little van took that hit like a champ and just kept driving. If it hadn't been for my seatbelt not working anymore, I probably would have finished the day. But I mean,
that's one way to put it, finishing the day.
But I got hit. I got a little partial shelf.
Okay.
Keep whatever maps or whatever above you. I keep my sidearm up there when I'm driving, and I got hit so hard it either flexed that shelf and it fell down on the windshield, or it bounced off the seat and hit the windshield.
Damn.
And bounced my little dog. He had to have been 6 months old, maybe at the time. Bandit.
Oh, that was Bandit. Okay.
And it bounced him clean off the glove box.
I've seen Bandit in a little bit.
Well, he's retired medically.
Yeah.
He tore that ACL and he really can't work anymore.
Well, I haven't seen him. I haven't been up the farm in a minute.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
Because we've been going that.
But anyway, it was just a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
And of course, I was moderately cantankerous.
Grumpy?
A little grumpy. Some dude that had nothing to do with one of my information. I was like, go fuck yourself, man. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. It's like, who the fuck are you again? It's like, you don't need my info. Go to hell.
And then the cop
I'll give
came
it
off.
to the cops and I give it to the insurance
company. Cop came off and said, you can't do that. So, fucker pissed me off. He said, well, what if I did? I'd probably talk to you the same damn way.
It's like, no offense.
Equal
I would talk to you
opportunity.
the same way, yeah. Yeah, but at least in this case, because even at the scene, in the hospital, the cop told us.
Don't you hate that? Get in an accident, get injured, roll up, and then they get a ticket anyway?
Yeah, well, luckily she didn't.
That happened to the wife.
She didn't get ticketed. She didn't. She got a warning.
Yeah.
They said the only person ticketed was him. The cops at the scene declared him technically at fault. It's like that's all they got to go with. It's like, look, the cops found him at fault because he's the only one who got a ticket. The other girl got a warning, because it's not her fault she got rear-ended. Mm-hmm. She just hit the brakes because traffic. And then Jessica got a written warning because failure to control vehicle, blah, 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 blah. But they recognized that, like, from the story they got from the other people and her, that it wasn't their fault. It was his.
You're going to make me go buy a new dash cam today.
No, I don't need it. I mean, it's not going to do me good now.
No, for me.
Oh, yeah, you always need it.
Because Z got me one that it finally wore out. It was a little El Cheapo.
Yeah.
Worst grainy images you've ever seen. Yeah. But it worked. It saved my butt in a couple instances.
Yeah, I mean, I say do the math and see which is technically more affordable, buying a proper dash cam or buying one of these cheapo phones.
A dash
Using
cam.
that as well, I mean, if it's used for nothing else, it is a dash cam.
The one I like is mounts on the mirror.
Yeah.
It records forward and backwards.
Yeah.
Which
it won't see backwards in your
for
car.
me won't do any good,
No,
but for the average person.
Yeah.
But the wire's long enough you can route down your A pillar.
Yeah.
And underneath everything and actually wire it into the vehicle.
Yeah. They started adding dash cams to our work vehicles.
Good. As long as they're not recording you.
Well, that's what they originally put them in for.
Oh.
And then people went, hey, you can't do that. And they went, why not? And I said, because this line right here says you can't do that. And they're like, okay, fine, we'll make it record outward. However, if we hear anything that we think is above board. So my brother got fired from a job.
So that's why you bring your radio and blast it all day so you can say what you want?
Yeah.
Or are they Nixon radios now?
It's all complicated. Either way, it's not even a now thing. Either way, my brother got fired from one of those survey jobs because he had one cigarette in the truck.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I said, "Oh, you smoked in the vehicle. You're fired." They're like,
Damn.
It was pouring ass rain. I needed a cigarette.
I've never smoked in my vehicles.
Yeah.
Never have, even when I smoked cigarettes. And when I was hot-shotting, because I was the only one that didn't smoke in vehicles, and I vaped, I always got the rentals.
Yeah.
So we ran the Ram 5500s. Big boys. I love that
big
rig.
fucking truck.
Every time we'd get a rental, it was either a Ford, Chevy, or a Dodge 3500. Usually a Ford. So I was stuck in them. They were awful.
Yeah.
Not too light. You don't have enough authority over a trailer. I mean, with those 40-foot floats we were pulling, it felt like that Ford just got pushed around all over the place.
Yeah.
Or the 5500 just grabbed it and owned it.
Well,
How that back end could get squirrely. You put your foot down and it'll straighten right out.
Yeah.
It's a good rig.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
And then our little piece of crap 3500 Chevy with the 6-speed.
Auto or manual?
6-speed manual.
Okay.
But
you can't. I mean, like nowadays, they have
but
so many fucking
it was
transmissions.
It was just gutless.
Yeah.
Those that your Duramax just wasn't doing anything good.
Yeah. Oh fuck! Sorry.
Yeah, we both are a little down. I'm pepping up a little bit.
I didn't eat lunch.
Me either.
Yeah. Well, that would have been breakfast for you.
Would have been breaking my fast. So yes.
Yeah, technically speaking. Breakfast is any time of day, as long as you didn't eat for a significant amount of time. It's always breakfast.
Like pizza bagels. When pizza's on a bagel, you can have pizza anytime.
Exactly. You and your pizza bagels. You always come back to this. I never liked pizza bagels. Always taste funny.
They
to
just
me.
had a catchy jingle.
Yeah, but they never tasted that good.
They taste better than pizza rolls.
No, Totino's pizza rolls are way better.
No, the Dollar General, the Clover Valley.
I don't know about those.
They're half as much for a 50 count.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes my boy and I, if it's just us, we'll throw a ton of them on a tray, just do all of them and just gorge.
I remember buying. No, it was
the Whataburger Jalapeno Ranch. It's fantastic.
Yeah, sounds really good. Of course, everything sounds good right now. I haven't eaten since a bowl of cereal this morning. But I did prep for the food that I hopefully will make before I leave for men's group tonight. We'll see what happens. Well, actually, I got to go pick up Jordan, and then I got to go do the other thing. Either way.
So you're cooking that tomorrow?
Well, we'll see. Well, because Jessica will be home, and she won't have anything to eat, so I'm thinking I'm just going to go ahead and cook before I leave, because when she gets home, that way the food's ready to go. Also, that way I don't have to buy Burger Fresh again. So I went to Burger Fresh after church yesterday.
Is that where men's group is?
And yeah, men's group is now at Burger Fresh because Coffee Numpung is kind of down at this point.
Why is that?
Due to the storms.
Oh,
yeah.
They're not mad at you. They're just not operating.
Yes.
Operating properly.
No, they're not operating. Period. Unfortunately, and I don't know that they're going to, which is scary. So, because I noticed that San put a few things up for sale that were definitely in operation in that restaurant.
Oh no.
Yes, oh no is bad because I like that place. So, either way,
did they do the Vietnamese coffees and all that?
Yeah,
I love those.
That's why I love that shit. It was good.
There
is a new place.
I've got my own dripper.
Yeah, there's a new place on the South Loop that the women's group meets up at that does do boba teas and
Noodle
all that
House.
stuff. No,
I love Noodle House.
it's called something that I can't pronounce. I have to check with
Okay,
the thing.
tell me later.
It's definitely
I like
Asian
boba tea.
sounding. Yeah, so they do boba teas and stuff. I had her bring me a creme brulee thing, but they were out of the boba. I was like, it wasn't supposed to have boba. It was supposed to have the coffee jellies in it. So whoever the fuck made it's already an idiot. It's like literally on the menu. It says with coffee jellies.
What are coffee jellies? So I like those bursting boba things. Those coffee stuff in them.
No, not even that. It's literally like coffee flavored gelatin cubes.
Okay.
They're good. I like them. And I like them in the other stuff because I'm not always in a mood for boba because sometimes
That's
they're
just
too
tapioca pearls, isn't it?
Depending, because sometimes the more other flavored bobas are just kind of.
I like the ones with the brown sugar.
And a
little chewy.
Yeah, that's the one.
If you get them hot and let them get soft enough.
Yeah, I don't do all that. I don't have to do that.
Yeah,
they make it for me.
Well, I do them at the house. I get the kits.
Yeah, I don't want to do all that.
They're not bad.
I'm lazy. You underestimate the effort I don't want to go to. Meanwhile, I went to go buy skewers so I could properly cook the picanha tonight. Either way, because they're much smaller chunks of picanha, so it's going to be harder to flip proper. So I'm just going to skewer it and flip the fucking thing. And I bought some nice... Academy sells Hot Ones sauces.
They do.
Yes.
They have the original Hot Ones sauce? Yes. That is one of the best hot sauces.
Yes, they have them. I was like, what the fuck?
Guess where I'm going when I leave here?
Leave Academy. They got a few. So
Yay, me.
So they got anything that is a Hot Ones sauce specifically.
Now, there was one I ordered off a Heatonist.
Yes.
It was a blueberry habanero.
I don't know if they have anything of that.
Man, it made the best wings I've ever had.
So they have all of the Hot One sauces, including the Last Dab Experience, which is like 91% Pepper X.
Yeah, no thanks. I'll just get the original Hot Ones and be happy.
Have that.
No, I don't want flaming poos.
It's ain't gonna be flaming poos. It's gonna be flaming everything.
No dragon ass.
But they've got the the standard hot sauce. Somebody had tucked the fucking garlic sauce that I love so much. It was tucked behind a sign, so I found that. They have both Los Calientes, all three Los Calientes.
I'm getting bullets and hot sauce.
There you go. So I was in the barbecue section because I wanted to get the skewers, and it was one of the few places that had the right metal skewers I wanted. And so I was like, okay, well, let me go see what they got over here in the rubs and stuff. I'll just see if there's anything I want. And then I was like, all I did was turn around, and I went, like, from like an aisle and a half over, I see Hot One sauces because I know them by
right.
It's like I have to keep refilling them. They're slightly pricier, but if you discount from the shipping cost, then it's roughly the same cost as Hedonist. Or Heatonist. Gotta add the T in.
I'm turning my boy into Heatonist. He loves spice.
Yeah, I mean, like, spice with flavor, not just... They do have the...
Not just debilitating heat.
Hold on. They do have the Da Bomb Evolution.
Yeah.
Have you had that?
No.
Okay, so, you know, the regular Da Bomb is horrendous. It's just heat. It's like smashing your tongue with a hammer, and it tastes bad. Da Bomb Evolution is all of that heat, but they actually gave it real flavor.
Yep. That's how Buc-ee's did with their Taco Reaper.
Yeah.
Have you had the Taco Reaper?
No.
Get it.
I don't buy Reaper things most days.
Well, no, it's not crazy hot.
Sure.
And it's got a little cumin note like taco, and it goes wonderful on just about everything. Cumin.
So the other thing I wanted to get was...
At least you didn't say it wrong, you know?
Coming.
Wow.
Yeah.
You just punched that out into the ether. Holy shit.
I've seen that.
My eyes.
I've seen that bit. I've seen that comedy bit. It's hilarious. Have you seen that?
By who?
Oh, it's Sean somebody. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Hannity doesn't do.
No, not Sean Hannity. No, I can see his face. He's a fatter dude, and his name's Sean something.
Sean Locke. He's dead.
I don't know the last name off the top of my head. I will find it. But he does a whole bit on coming because one of his roommates was so mad at him for never saying it right. And he would do the thing where he would pull it out of the thing and go, "Hey, look, coming." And this just
so it was on purpose, just to screw this.
Yeah, once he realized it was going to make him angry, he just kept doing it, which of course results in,
I do that to the wife. I mispronounce things on purpose quite a bit.
That's a good thing you bought her a shotgun.
Or my surrogate sister, she has her name spelled in a certain way, and when I'm mad at her, I spell her name wrong. It makes me laugh.
You just spell, because that affects someone in their daily life.
Most the traditional spelling of her name has 2 R's and 1 N. She has 1 R and 2 N's.
I don't care.
Yeah, but still, it's funny to make her mad.
Yeah, but I mean, in what way do you use that against her? Because usually spelling someone's name isn't going to affect.
Well, she's very, very touchy about it.
But where are you misspelling her name?
In text, usually.
Oh, so you take the time to purposely misspell her name to her? That's weird.
Only when she's irritating me.
That's like using someone's pronouns as you're talking to them.
Yeah.
By the way, happy Pride Month.
Huh?
It's Pride Month. We're in June now.
Yeah, this is going to be brisket month.
Brisket month. Get your rainbow brisket on. I love that Pride Month has basically started with anti-Pride protests. Like, what the fuck? Oh, okay. Oh, hold on. This is no joke. This happened this weekend. The left fighting the left. A pro-Palestine protest stopping a gay pride protest. I was just like, this is not reality. We don't really live in... This is a simulation.
I'm going to touch on that briefly, and...
It's like, what the fuck? Like,
as much as my apathy will allow me to. There's a group of people that...
Here, hold this while you do it. This is the trophy of apathy. Hold the funicorn while you talk.
There's a group of people that claim they want to be treated like everybody else, but they scream and holler and want attention. I don't get that. If you want to be treated like everybody else, fine. Get married. Be miserable like the rest of us. Just hush. Do you. Don't hurt anybody else. Leave everyone else alone. That's easy. That's something we can all agree on.
Okay, give me the back of the funicorn. You're waving it around too much. Scaring me. So here, well, I will hold the funicorn.
That's all I got to say about all that.
Oh, look, it's actually the right direction this way. Because on when I do the streams, I have to flip the camera. So it's actually the right way. Which I don't... Yeah, that's right. I did have to flip it either way. That's a funicorn. That's funicorn, guys, for anybody who's never seen it. Which, actually, by now, we're well into Patreon territory here. So if you guys have never seen what the funicorn looks like, I did a review.
But that's about the easiest, non-offensive way I can tell everyone around us to shut the fuck up and leave everyone else alone.
Oh, I forgot another thing. Happy birthday to both of my mothers-in-law. As we're talking about gay people. So yesterday was Jessica's mom's birthday.
Both?
Yeah.
Oh, there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Whatever. So, yes, happy birthday to my mothers-in-law, because yesterday was one's birthday and today is the other.
Okay.
So it's funny that their birthdays are literally the day after each other. And Jessica, I forget, we were in the middle of church yesterday, or right after church yesterday. She's like, "Oh yeah, it's my mom's birthday." I'm like, "Which one?" It's like because
bless their hearts.
Yeah, I mean they're cool people. You'd love them. They're older versions of the lesbian couple we already hang out with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
they're older than that.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just
not by much. I would, if I'm going to be fair, but it is hilarious that when we were hanging out with them at the Chidey house, that I'm just like, this just feels like hanging out with Jessica.
Yeah, back home.
This just feels like that. I mean, they're to be fair, shaped differently, but it's still they're good people.
That was my next question. Thank you.
Yeah. So it's like, and without using names, yes, happy birthday to them, because at this point we just celebrate at the same time. It is what it is. Because we just went to go see them at the weekend after Mother's Day. So because we went to see my mom on Mother's Day, and went to go see them on that.
Went to see mothers on Mother's Day.
Yeah. Well, I saw the one mother on Mother's Day. We saw them the week after.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we just didn't have time to do both. It's a lot of driving. Having to go all the way to fucking Bryan.
Oh yeah.
But they're still there. They're still cool people. So it is what it is. And you know,
they're here.
Well, I mean, I wanted
to
it. Literally, I mean, yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing, because I've had this discussion with them about the pronoun movement, as it were,
the loudness, and
the alphabet mafia, as it were,
wanting to be like everyone else, but wanting to be special at the same time.
Well, here's the thing: gay people went through this fight already, because they were denied a lot of normal stuff.
But now that they're not, why are they still yelling about it?
They aren't. It's the rest of the letters that are making the loud statements, or it's the people. Look, let me ask you this, not to make you more angry than you already are on a general basis. Why do a lot of pride parades involve nudity?
I don't know.
If you're talking about your sexual orientation, if we're talking about the one part of the spectrum here, why do you need to be nude in public?
I don't know. That gets back
somehow express that.
That gets back to my hush. leave everyone else alone, and they'll leave you alone, and let's all be miserable and cohabitate.
Yeah. And you know, this comes down to...
Or coexist, or whatever it is.
Yeah, well, that's a bumper sticker for sure.
Spelled wrong. But
is it?
I've got all those weird symbols.
Well, yeah, they use the different symbols to represent.
Use letters!
But it does say coexist. Either way. So I told the story here, not necessarily told this story. It's a different story. So I know many gay people, some single, some coupled up. So one of the earliest couples or gay couples that I met.
Explaining, I know many gays.
Well, I do know many gays. Well, I found out that people were gay after I knew them for a while. You know, some people you just know because it's a bit more obvious, and other people are like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." Like one of my good like surprisingly at work, I've met a few extra gay people that I didn't know.
Were they gay or are they just additional gay people?
Additional gay people.
Not just extra gay.
Yeah, sorry. I just realized the way I said that. No, that is definitely not the problem. But either way.
Who'd you meet? Big Gay Al?
No. Do I know? No, I don't know now. Either way. So one of the gay couples I met, they actually went to, before it was legal in Texas, they went up north to get married because they wanted to be married. And I was already hanging out with them otherwise. You know, we were part of the beer community, stuff like that. And I was hanging out with them at their house. We had rock band days back when that was
fun.
That was fun. So we'd get drunk and play rock band.
We need to bring it back.
Yeah, too much. Not in an apartment, we don't. Either way, not a third floor.
I have a farm.
Yes, you do, but that's a long way to drive.
No, it's not. I do it every day.
Yeah, you do it. Gee, you go to your own home? Weird.
It's only 25 minutes.
Only. Either way, yeah, to be fair, that was an hour and a half away. We're down in the bottom in Houston. Either way, so there was one birthday party, because they would invite me to whichever's birthday it was, and I'd go down there for whenever I could, because once again, long drive. And there was the one time where I was the only straight person there, and we were all playing Cards Against Humanity, and that's where when one of the couples, I just say they were a couple, because it was two dudes leaving at the same time together, so I assumed couple. Mm-hmm. And the one gave everyone else a hug, got to me and didn't know what to do. And he literally was like, and I said,
bring it in.
And I said, shut up and give me a hug. I was like, I don't care. It's like, and then he's like, oh my God, it's my first straight man I've ever hugged. He said it just like that. That's not, that is not an exaggeration. That is an imitation. So, and I said, I mean, have you never hugged your dad before? I mean, like, either way. But there was another time.
Sounds like Stuart.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're homosexual. That's what my dad said.
Yeah. You're gay? That's what my dad said. Either way. So another party the next year I was invited to, I ended up not being able to go, but I wanted to go. And it said, and it actually gave me warning ahead of time. It said, if you're going to show up, do it in this window, and then you're probably going to want to leave after this time.
Shit got weird.
He's like, I mean, and I'm like, do I want to ask? And it's like just it's going to be stuff you probably won't be comfortable with. And I'm like, good. And I was a single dude at that point. I wasn't with Laura at that point. So I'm like, that's a fair point. I appreciate the behind closed doors warning.
Set the alarm.
Yeah, literally, basically, like I think he said literally after 7 o'clock, you're probably gonna want to go. I'm like, I mean, fair. They're like, yeah, I probably don't want to have any naked Olympics with you guys.
Peace out, cocksuckers.
I was like, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Oh, that's funny.
I mean, part of me was a little curious. Is like, are y'all just gonna do things naked, or is it gonna be all sex? Like, because like, it's like I might be okay with just like naked hanging out. Maybe. I mean, it's like, at that point, it's like no different than a fucking gym locker room. You know, as long as there's no, hey, come sit on my lap, I'd be like, are you joking? Nope, you're definitely not joking. No. I'm leaving. It's like, you put that away.
You tuck it.
Yeah. Like this? No. Either way.
Do the goat.
Either way. No, we're not doing the goat. But, you know, but it is part of the thing. Is like, because of the gay people I know, I don't know any that are nude nude militant in the streets. Now, there are the ones who definitely stand up for the rights, don't get me wrong, because, yes, they were denied normal basic bullshit that everybody else could have. Then they were given that by Obama, and nothing wrong with that. Cool, good. Let's continue that trend. Like you said, let everybody be equally happy and miserable.
I give a damn what you're into. Don't affect anyone else.
It's like, oh no, you can file the same tax paperwork that fuck over straight people.
For real.
It's like, you guys just, is like, and because Jessica and I have a somewhat unique relationship in a way. I mean, probably less so now, but back in the day it was a little bit more unique in the way that, we aren't actually married, like
living in sin.
But on paperwork,
you're common law.
We're common law. So
you might as well go to the courthouse.
But here's the thing. There's no benefit at the moment to us going and signing an extra piece of paperwork to involve the government in our thing.
Beneficiary stuff like that.
Well, we don't even need that.
You may.
No, we don't. We actually don't.
Really?
Yeah, we looked. Because I'm her beneficiary and vice versa. Actually, I probably need to update mine either way.
So I guess y'all need to keep your wills squared away so you don't have to worry about probate or the government stepping in or
I don't even know if we have to worry about any of that because my stuff's her stuff or I'm sorry, my stuff is my stuff, her stuff's her stuff.
CYAWP. You know what that means?
It's not like she wants any of my shit.
Well, CYAWP. Cover your ass with paper.
Yeah, I don't want that. But anyway, basically, I don't need the government to
I'm not telling you to get married. I'm saying write out your will and testament.
Yeah.
Keep those squared away and solid and updated.
I got to do my video wills and update them every year. But the whole idea was, at least in my mind, yes, fine. If you are like my mother's-in-law, they've been together for 20 plus years, and they wanted to finally at least get married.
Yeah.
And then they finally could once it was legal here in Texas, and that happened right after Jessica and I got together, basically. And then the joke was, hurry up and finish before they change the laws again. Yelled that in the middle of the ceremony. But at no point have I seen where.
Do you? Yes.
Yes, basically. But it's just like I don't understand. Like of the Folsom Street Fair in San Francisco, right?
I think I may have heard of it.
It's literally like a full-on sexual deviant pride parade.
Oh, damn. Kind of like Carnival?
Well,
but
they're
not as entertaining?
I mean, they're literally having full-on gay sex in the middle of the street.
Oh, what?
And, like, any and all proclivities are allowed in public for that event for some reason. Now, some of them...
You can't arrest everybody.
Well, especially not in San Francisco. They don't arrest anyone. But either way, I don't understand... why, and I know this is a hefty topic for people, but here we are in the month of the rainbows, and it's like, one, trans people are not denied any rights. They just don't have full-on legal authority to remove themselves from the gene pool anytime they want. Oh no. It's like, what is being taken from you that is a right? It's like, what are you being denied other than the government paying for your ability to chop your genitals one way or the other? It's like, that's fucking retarded. Nobody has that benefit it's like, why do you get it? Why do you deserve something no one else has and make other people pay for it? Or why does your weird sexual proclivity, not just trans people, I'm talking about just in general, need to be on full display for everyone?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't understand it. That's why I brought up. It's like, why do they have these nude pride parades? It's like, you're talking about literally like dozens of varying age gay people, men and or women, walking the streets holding whatever they want to hold, including themselves and or other people, with children around, with whoever just in the street. And I'm like, this is pride. I'm like, look, I was all for gay people getting married, but then you guys said, we're going to fuck in public and we're going to make your children watch because they need to be like us. And I'm like, okay, I think you went way further than anyone thought possible in like 5 minutes. It's like, we were fine with this weird little spectrum of people that wanted to just be different from everyone else or feel like they're different to everyone else. But then you started making demands, and then you started showing us what you wanted to do no matter who was watching. And then you said, hey, your kids need to be a part of this too. I'm like, no, I don't think they do.
Yeah, that goes beyond the do your thing and don't hurt anybody else or bother anyone else.
But we're taking away their rights by not showing children their genitals.
Yeah.
Apparently. I don't understand that part.
I don't get into it. I tend to keep my head down.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Keep in my small circle and not terribly worry about what's going on in the greater world.
Yeah. The problem is that when that finally... This is the argument I had with Ricky often was... He's like, well, it's not happening right here at my door, so I don't give a shit. I'd be like, the problem is, it might be happening 3 doors over, and your kid might be watching.
Monitor threats. Practice with the platforms. Stock up on ammo.
Yeah.
That's all you can really do right now with the way the world's in turmoil at the moment.
A little.
Things are going horribly wrong.
In every direction.
And the only thing, I don't get all upset and in arms on stuff I have absolutely no control over.
Yeah.
I mean, perfect example, flat Earth. Perfect example. If tomorrow...
What's wrong with the flat Earth, Jeff?
If tomorrow we wake up and discover that the Earth is flat, unequivocally, without a doubt flat.
And we've been lied to for all these decades.
What's it going to change?
Gravity,
in
probably.
our personal life? And absolutely nothing. So why worry about it?
I mean, we'll have to throw away all our globes.
Just sit on them.
Do you got any globes?
No, I'm globeless.
I think a previous generation tended
I don't
to
even have globes with drinks in them.
Well, most people don't have drinks globes. They're surprisingly expensive.
Yeah, they are.
It's so dumb. It's like giant globe. It's the size of the globe that matters.
Ooh, we could build them.
No.
The little stained glass globe.
No. We do fucking... No. Too much fucking effort.
But anyways,
okay,
that's the thing. So why worry about and stress over things you have absolutely no control over?
I think the problem is that we went so far of the I'm going to look the other way because it has nothing to do with me, that it allowed it to literally spill into the streets.
But at the same time...
I think it's one thing to protest. I think there is something about protesting that is unique, but then there's there's a parade and then there's a protest.
So I don't get protesting.
And it's
I'm
weird.
that apathetic. I'd rather act than stand around and yell.
Well, the problem is that you have a lot of lone wolf tendencies, I'll put there.
True.
And that won't make a lot of change, but if you get a whole bunch of people together, you can probably enact some change. And that has been proven. That's why we still allow people to legally protest.
Right.
Until you get to the rioting part, in which case, depending on which state you're in, it's not illegal. And, just depending on...
Legano,
it depends on which court case they need to be swung by the riots. I mean, protests.
Yeah.
Peaceful, fiery protests.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. As long as it swings trials the way they want them to go, they're perfectly legal, right? Mm-hmm. Which is why a certain trial didn't get swung in any way, because there was no protesting like that. Anyways, not going down that rabbit hole right now, but I did want to bring up something that came up yesterday. Because you kind of said it a minute ago. I forgot exactly what you said, but you were kind of proving my point.
I said things.
You said a thing. So Jessica brought up something, and I didn't realize how, I don't know if this is more recent or just something I never noticed in our time together. How, she's being a little bit more puritanical in some of her views. So we were having lunch yesterday post-church.
Is that since you started getting political and learning?
No.
Okay.
I think this is just something... I think that, I don't know where it came from, to be totally honest. Because I don't mean conservative, really. I mean more like puritanical. It's a little bit further out there. Because... Well, let me explain. There was a woman family, I should say. So there was a young lady, probably in her mid-teens, wearing a top that was showing off her midriff, and not really low cut, but enough that there's cleavage, whatever. And then some short-ish shorts. They weren't ridiculous, but they were kind of ass jackers. Mm-hmm. And she was tall for a mid-teens girl. And I didn't even see this girl, and Jessica's making comments about her clothes. She's like, if that was my daughter, I wouldn't let her go out in public dressed like that. And then when I finally saw this girl, I'm like, that is what you're throwing a fit over? I'm like, I have seen so much worse. in public than that. And I'm like,
I mean, I could wear the same thing she was, and that'd be by and far way worse.
well, it is June. You could. Anyways.
But no one would want to.
Everybody would be looking away. Or some people would tell you how brave you are.
I wouldn't let my husband dress up like that.
But I would definitely be saying I wouldn't let anyone dress me like that. But either way, so she had all these comments, and I'm like, can you keep your fucking voice down a little bit? You don't need to be It's like, first of all,
who's she hurting? She hurting you?
Well, I mean, she does.
Does it affect you?
So she had a good point because, frankly, pedophilia is getting a little bit more rampant than it ever should have been. But I look at it as like, first of all, that's not a child. That's damn near a woman. Yes, she is still a minor, but she's not like 10. You know, she's very woman-shaped. I'll put it that way. It's like, it's the unfortunate world we live in that younger girls are now becoming more woman-shaped and earlier on.
Still, they need to be protected. They need to be
I'm not saying
after.
they don't.
They need to be,
yeah.
That, I don't know. I think a lot of the education, a lot of the, hey, you might not want to do this because these are the repercussions. And these are the way people may perceive you.
Yeah. And
I think a lot of that's going out the window.
And while there is truth to that, and I do believe in some of that, what I told her, I said, first of all, that's not our problem. We're not her parents. They're her parents. Mm-hmm. And people are responsible for the choices they make in life. It's like we have freedom of expression and freedom of speech, but we do not have freedom from consequences.
Yeah.
That is the unfortunate world we live in.
Be mindful of the causality of what your actions.
So if mom decides daughter can dress like that, that is mom's problem until it becomes worse. Do I believe that it should ever become worse? No, but we can't do things about that preemptively. Unfortunately, we can't read people's minds.
Right.
But the thing is, you know, we kind of had this discussion the other day about the last get-together when all the young teenage girls were in their bikinis all night long.
The one I was absent from, yes.
Yes. So it was awkward being in a room of a whole bunch of underage girls in bikinis.
I'll cook.
And be like, I'm just going to stare at the high floor. You know, there you go. And
oh, hey, chicken breast. Let's cook
But
those.
it's the same problem, and I get it. It's like, it's not like, because, yes, the male brain be what it is, but also males aren't the only problem. I'm tired of pretending they are.
But at the same time, we go out on outings, like 4th of July, stuff like that, with that same group of people.
Uh-huh.
I'm on high alert. I'm looking after every single one of those young kids.
And I'm not saying don't protect children from bad things happening to them by any means, but also that comes down to personal choice. It's like, if you allow your young daughter to go out dressed in a scantily bare, like, tiny fucking string of a thing bikini in public, and she is not of, well, we'll just say legal age, for lack of a better term, because the problem is, visually, looks like grown woman. We know that that particular person is 15, 16 years old, whatever, just throwing out that number. But other person who probably isn't that seemingly older looks at that and goes, hey, that's something that I can have fun with. Whether or not there's the mentality of, I know that's a child, I want to do bad things because there's something wrong in my fucking head. You know, the other part of it becomes like, okay, once again, attraction happens, or like visual attraction happens whether you try or not. And then you think about it, and then you feel whatever after the fact, depending on whatever feeling you had.
Nope, on guard now. Look out for them. Keep them safe.
It's like, nope, we're surrounded by children. I'm just going to stare over here for now. It's like, be like, stop feeding her all the fucking chicken with hormones, please. It makes it awkward. Either way, but it's like, but I think that's part of the reason I said that was that, like, hello, you didn't say anything while we were at this party about these girls running around in bikinis the whole time. I mean, mind you, they're with mostly family friends and whatnot. Yeah. But that doesn't...
Well, they only had a water slide bounce house.
Yeah, only. You know, not that I participated in that because I'm old and my back is broken.
We still need to find some place that has like one of those blobs so we can take, you know, the Chinese boy.
No thanks.
The little one.
No thanks.
And send that kid into orbit.
No thanks. We can just make a trebuchet.
Or we can send Heidi into orbit.
She's old and broken too. We don't need to be doing that. But it was just the same kind of thing. It's like, okay, you're going to criticize this girl for going out and having a burger like this, but you didn't tell any of those girls at the party to put a shirt on. as they're sitting around in a cold room in a bikini. They're just like, not just saying those are two separate things. I didn't. Either way, the point is like, it's like, pick your fights. Like, one, don't pick a fight with strangers. I understand you're caring to a degree, making sure this girl is safe, but it's like, this has just been life. It's like, we're just gonna lock down everyone. It's like, you can't be like, okay, you don't go outside until you're 25.
I don't know that.
Or you wear a burqa. Go full burqa until you're 25 and make your own life decisions.
There's a phrase that was yelled at me, and as a young man in basic training, that has stuck with me.
You'll go blind if you don't stop playing with that?
No, it's not similar.
You had to think about it for a second. You're like, wait, no.
No, constantly we were yelled at, stay alert, stay alive, complacency will get you killed.
Sure.
And that's been engraved indelibly into my psyche right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just part of who I am now.
Yeah.
Threat assessment, hyper alert, that's just part of who I am.
Yeah.
That's just, I wish more people would adopt that mentality.
Well, I think people do without realizing it, but there are people who get too complacent, period, or the false sense of safety. But there's also, you can go too far to where you're paranoid. It's like, don't let it get to paranoia.
I'm not paranoid.
There's preparation, and then there's paranoia.
I'm not paranoid. Shut up.
It's not paranoia if they are actually listening.
It's not a conspiracy if it's true.
Well, no,
that's called spoilers.
That's no. People use conspiracy wrong all the fucking time. Conspiracy doesn't mean it's a pretend thing. That's the theory word that we always leave off. Conspiracies 100% can be true and usually are. It's like, yeah, like, I don't know, everything that's going on with our Lord and Savior Fauci right now, who just came out and admitted that he made up a whole bunch of bullshit and didn't bother looking at the actual science on it.
Of course, I've been checked out of the news media for like a week.
He's back in Congress today.
Answering for it?
For, like, hey, well, it just came out this past week. I guess they finally had enough time.
There's also another federal trial that started yesterday.
I don't know about yesterday. What happened yesterday?
The son of the...
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, he's on federal charges for weapons charges.
Oh, finally catching up to that one? Oh, that'll get buried. Look, it's a fucking mess.
Well, stay alert, stay alive.
I am glad that they basically cemented Trump's victory this past week.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
There's a lot going on.
There's too much
We've got
going on.
a lot of time left before November.
Yeah. It just depends. It all comes down to whether or not they actually can legally put the...
I'm going to say right now, I don't want to get into this because I will end up screaming.
Yeah.
And things that may or may not be able to be taken back might be said. So I'm going to
Well, the good news is I edit these things so we can have conversations.
I'm not even have a chance. We can have that conversation
because that's why the Patreon has an uncut version.
Yeah, we can have that conversation in another room with the phones off.
I mean, hell, it wouldn't even matter. They already know. It doesn't matter. It's like anything your wife posts on Facebook basically already gets
I'm
out.
already...
Turn on airplane mode. It's fine.
I'm probably on enough lists already. I don't need to be added anymore.
Oh, you were in the service. Of course you're on a list.
Of course.
Every time you buy a gun, you're on a list.
Speaking of, I'm about to pick up another one here in a month.
More lists. Federal registration that they don't tell you exist.
Right?
Yeah, it's the shadow registration, as it were. Either way, it's fucking crazy. But I know we got there from Pride Month because like it's just I don't get it. Like I understood when gay people were like an underclass. I got it. Yes, we did need to highlight the fact that these people were treated specifically different. They weren't allowed the same things as everyone else. And I get that. But at this point, whatever June has become sexual deviant month, not gay pride. Like pride became like an acronym almost, but not really. Like it's their symbol for I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want and you're going to have to put up with it.
And it's popping up everywhere.
It is.
I mean, you get pop-ups online. Yeah, you want to see a clown fuck a horse? Well, No.
What websites are you going to?
But I'm gonna.
No, thank you. But
it's good. That's a little extreme, but
that's far too extreme. But yeah.
Yeah, but anyway.
I mean, that's already outlawed technically.
Yeah.
Yeah. The sex with animals part, not being a clown. We have professional.
They need to work on the other one.
We have professional clowns in office. It's fine.
Oh, I don't like clowns.
No. But either way, it got so far. Remember Target? There was backlash last year.
The whole demon thing?
Well, Target had their Pride collection up front last year that including tucking bathing suits for people who wanted to be trans. Now, people did throw it out of proportion with saying they've got bathing suits for kids that show you how to tuck. And it's like, while that might have been true, that's not what people found and were displaying.
Yeah.
But it was the fact that it was right up front. And a lot of conservatives, and probably people in the middle, went, hey, we don't want to see this shit right up front when we walk into Target during the summer.
Well, I haven't been back to Target in years.
Yeah, we still actively shop there. That's where I get most of my toys if they're not online. But it got to the point where a lot of Target stores put it all to the back after like a week of backlash and boycott threats. And then they said this year, yeah, we're not doing that because there was such a major backlash. We lost millions last year. But then you have other companies who are like doubling and tripling down on it despite backlash from
And they're
last
going
year.
broke.
And it's like, look, it's not that we have a problem with gay people. Like, I think just there are bigots out there.
We got a problem with being people trying to force feed it.
Force feeding it into public when realistically it can just be a normal thing.
Because that's a decision somebody makes. It's not something that should be forced down the general public.
Yeah. I mean, even if it's not a decision.
Yeah.
You know, just depending. Some people are wired different. It is what it is.
It is, but still, don't.
But it's just the thing. It's like, look, you almost never see another lifestyle pushed in such a way.
No, you don't.
They're like, well, it doesn't have to be because that's just the norm. It's like, and you are also part of the norm.
So hush, be like everyone else.
Like
be normal.
It's like there's no reason that in a bathing suit section of a store or an underwear section of the store, you couldn't just have your particular items mixed in.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, if you're going between male and female section, it's going to be a little weirder because it's
unless
like, where do
you
we
buy
put
the
this?
wrong pair and you get home, put them on, you're like, this is weird.
Yes.
Ow.
Yeah. It's like, these are silky and I like them. But either way, I mean, technically speaking,
Why is it behind me?
Technically, the tucking underwear has to be in a very specific section because only one brand of human is going to be needing that.
Right.
But
Tuck by Hanes.
yes, yeah, I bet. Either way. Well, here's the irony: you have the tuck underwear, and then you have the sheath underwear, which is the exact opposite situation.
Fruit of the Loom. Hide the banana.
Dude, I kind of want to. Hide the banana. I do want to try like either Sheath or some of those brands where you have the separate pockets for your separate.
I'm wearing a pair of Shinesties right now.
See, I don't own any, and I want to try.
You should,
but I don't know if I want both pockets or one pocket. Like, because they have them where they don't have them separated. They just have.
How many are you working with? 4?
No, I'm saying there's. Well, because some only include the whole package as a pocket, and some have the
lift
cock
and present.
Yes, but some have a separate pocket for your balls and your cock.
Go to Shinesty.
I don't like the name of it.
What?
Shinesty.
They're funny.
I know, but it sounds dumb.
They're entertaining, and they're comfortable.
I mean, I don't need my underwear to be entertaining, to be honest.
Dude, I'm rocking the subscription. I get a pair every month.
Oh, I don't need all that. I want like 2 pair.
Well, you know, in the summer where you get the fat guy chafing rubbing together.
Well, yeah,
on fire between like just south of the tank. You know where the fatness.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to.
Not since I've started wearing those.
Well, I mean, I need underwear just for that purpose, but I just want to see if I will enjoy the separation of church and state in my pants.
I do.
Okay. Either way. So I just wanted to try it out, but I never wanted to buy them.
I'm not sure.
But unfortunately, as we've discussed in this podcast, I could not probably not effectively wear tucking underwear or bathing suits.
No.
There's too much to tuck.
Yep.
Which Jessica is okay with. So either way, I don't know. It's just like, if you want, like you said early on, if you want to just be accepted as normal, just be fucking normal. don't make yourself stand out worse.
They're trying to have their cake and eat it too.
And then they want to force their cake down your throat.
Yeah, I don't like German chocolate cake. I don't want to eat it.
Well, I don't like the coconut.
Birthday cake, maybe.
I don't understand how Germans got coconuts. It's like, what the fuck? Why does German chocolate cake have to involve coconut? I like everything else that's going on. I fucking hate coconut.
Because at the time, it was new and exotic.
Sure. Yeah, the Germans just found some coconut somewhere in the world.
They don't grow in Germany.
We all know.
I've never seen any palm trees in Germany.
Have you been?
Uh-huh.
All over the place?
Well, Ramstein, Miesau, Kaiserslautern, and a couple other places over there.
You're just naming metal bands.
No. Ramstein Air Base, you fool.
Still a metal band.
I've never heard of
Kaiserslautern, and I'm like, that sounds like a metal band. I don't even know the other word you said.
Miso. That was a small little base.
That's an Asian metal band.
That's a soup, damn it.
That's miso. Misao. It's something else. Misao sounds like a boat. Either way, I know we sound like a whole bunch of horrible bigots, and I apologize, but
we're not bigots. We just want people to hush and leave everyone else alone.
No, we want those people to just be normal too.
Yeah, be miserable. Get married.
I don't mean normal like us. I just mean be a part of society instead of trying to stand out and be.
Yeah, live together. Live your lives. Bitch at each other for
just
not picking anything
go live
up.
your life. It's like, who gives a shit? Go live your life, but don't force other people to accept it. It's like, if I don't want to accept it, that's my problem. Well, that's fuck you. Thing. I don't care.
That's the whole thing with some of the.
Let me rephrase
the trans individuals. They're trying to. Some groups trying to make it illegal to discriminate and to differentiate between trans and women.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I prefer my partners not to have a penis.
Yeah.
That's a personal preference.
Well, depending on which side of the line you're on, women don't exist anymore. It's just trans people and men. Women don't exist because women can be whatever. If you feel like a woman, you're a woman.
See, that hurts my head.
See, here's the problem with one of the arguments I've actually heard on this subject when it comes to, it's like basically you can identify as a woman, so therefore you are a woman. Now, mind you, it was females making this argument.
I can identify as a thin person, but that's not going to make it accurate.
But you don't present as a thin person.
But I identify
depending on what angle. No, because here's the thing: presentation and identity have to go together to make something true.
Sure.
So you can't identify as a thin person while also looking fat. You can identify as a woman as long as you say you're a woman and you're sort of looking like a woman. By that I mean growing your hair out long. But you could have a beard too. And penis. Women with penises have been around just as long as...
Let's go back to talking politics.
This is politics. This is the problem. It's like, get your woman penis out of my politics. I'm not a transphobe. I just hate weirdos.
You're just mansplaining woman penises.
I'm removing that. I'm removing that comment at 143. There we go. Either way, no, because people say I'm transphobic. It's like, no, I'm just tired of fucking militant idiots telling me how to live my life.
I'm tired of people being loud and annoying.
Well, they're always loud and annoying. That's how they exist.
And I'm tired of it.
Well, it's a good thing we have a podcast where we're loud and annoying. But it's just, I'm tired of this group of loud and annoying people.
I'm tired of loud and annoying people in general. I don't care what group they're from.
Well,
and people that get in my way.
Well, go crawl into a cave, Jeff.
Where, please?
We don't have caves. This is Southeast Texas.
One bear, one cave.
That's the way it used to be. One bear and one cave. Either way, I don't know, dude. It's so fucking crazy. Like, I'm looking at, there's like ads all over the place. They're like, and then you got celebrities who are just all up in their fucking arms. Like, what I love is the definitely straight celebrities who are just all about the pride movement. And by that, I just mean all the letters past LGB.
That's the whole, what was the term that was used? Virtue signaling.
Yes, it's massive virtue signaling. I'm like, well, I have a platform. I need to represent these underrepresented people. I was like, first you got to show me where they're underrepresented because I'm not seeing that part.
How about you just do you? Keep doing what you're doing.
I'd be like, they had help. That's how they got here. We're not missing it now.
No.
It's like all the trans day of visibility. It's like, no, we see you every day. It's not a problem. It's like, you're pretty visible. It's like, what we'd prefer is for all of you, no matter what flavor you are, to be as visible as all normal people are. Mm-hmm. It's like, Just blend in whatever way that means for you. You don't have to stand out.
In the Pride Month,
I don't
convert
stand
that
out.
into a National American Pride Month, and everybody can celebrate.
That's what July is.
They want to talk about inclusion.
July is MAGA month. I celebrate.
Of course.
I celebrate. Do you celebrate?
I celebrate America year round.
No, got to do it a month. It's a whole month
year
dedicated.
round.
Yeah, I change all my profiles to American flags in July.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't change anything.
Well, we can't. The idea came up like a year and a half, or last year, year before, and I'm just like, I like this. Let's do this. It's like, because if it's okay for any other faction to throw their flag out and get an entire month, I was like, how about just American Pride Month? It's like, literally, like, I'm proud to be an American,
right?
AKA MAGA. Whoop-de-doo. If you don't consider that, it's like, if you take that statement as itself and away from the politics behind it, or the forced politics behind just the idea of make America great again, it's like,
that's a simple statement.
That is just a statement. It doesn't matter where it came from. It's like, it doesn't matter if a particular swoopy-haired president said it at one point. It still mattered once he was out of office. It still matters now. It's going to matter after whatever happens this year. It's still going to matter. It's like, because people feel like America has gone way downhill in so many fucking ways. The economy is one of them. You know, it's like, yeah, it's like, America should be great. It's like, we were really fucking great for a long time. Mm-hmm. And then, and I'm not saying that gay people took it downhill by no means. It's all the other bullshit that has destroyed this country.
People and their feelings started getting in the way.
Well, I mean, yeah.
People have stopped operating with logic and, common sense. They've started operating on feeling alone. And that's why we're having a lot of the shit we're having now.
Yeah. Well, because feelings make reality, so therefore,
I don't know. It's
like, I feel oppressed.
I feel hungry.
Well, we both are hungry. we haven't eaten in many hours. We have not broken our fast. But it's like, we're being oppressed by time and lack of food. We're oppressed, Jeff.
Oh,
as fat white men, we're oppressed.
We're oppressed.
We're oppressed by muscular other people.
I'm oppressed by the friggin' Texas heat half the time.
well, that's climate change.
That's after America Month comes Hide Inside Month in August.
I don't think we're gonna have to go that far. We're gonna be hiding inside for a lot of this year.
Yeah.
It's like according to the weather predictions, we're going to be hiding inside a lot.
It's going to be balls hot, it's going to be humid, and it's going to be stormy.
It's like, when it's not balls hot, it's going to be, oh God, we need a boat.
I walked into a wet sheet.
It's like, I need a bomb shelter kind of situation. It's going to...
We're going to be up on the hill going, hi. Yes. Someone come get us.
Yeah, you literally won't be able to get out. It's like, you need a boat.
Well, float
over to Heidi's.
The Chidey's got a pontoon, and if it gets bad enough, they'll come get us.
Through the woods.
That'll be the Ishi the Elder.
Yeah.
I've been calling him that for a long time now. It always makes me laugh.
Yeah. I had something else on my mind and I forgot what it was. Oh, I rewatched, just completely shifting gears now.
Yay!
Because we
only
got a few minutes. I rewatched Godzilla -1 now that it's on Netflix.
I started that, but then I realized it was all subtitled. I'm like, I don't have to do that in that where I'm actually going to pay attention.
Yeah. Well, the English version does exist, but don't watch that one. Watch the Japanese version. Also, fair warning. I don't know if you saw my post. Go into your Netflix settings on the movie and take it to the English subtitles option, because the default is the Netflix subtitles with captions,
where it tells you everything.
Yes, but the translations
clears throat, engine running.
Yes, the translations are actually a little different. Watch the original English translations.
Okay, does it make a difference?
Yes.
Okay.
The final line of the movie is changed significantly.
Oh wow!
Not in meaning, but in wording, and by that wording does
the proper wording carries a bit more gravitas.
A lot more gravitas. The way it's phrased is so much better, because I watched it and I went, that's not
way better.
No, I watched this one without realizing the difference, and then I got through it. And I'm like, that's not what he said when I watched it in theater. Like, that's not I know specifically what was said word by word because it fucking made me cry.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah. I was like, I cried a couple times during this movie. Yeah. I'm man enough to admit that. Emotion. I'm getting welled up thinking about it right now.
Well, that's why I'm not going to go see Arthur the King.
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah.
Dogs.
Yeah.
I prefer the company of my canines over most people.
Yeah, of course you do. But I would say make sure this is for everybody listening to the show. If you're gonna watch Godzilla -1, and don't be like Sean and watch it in fucking English like a dickhead. He's like, well, I'm working in the shop. I don't want to read subtitles. I was like, fucking wait till you can watch it at home then.
Put on Friends, something you don't have to look at.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, but Godzilla -1 deserves the only Oscar a Godzilla movie has ever gotten.
I can't wait to get a good TV or a projector in the shop.
Yeah.
Because working out there, woodworking and all that, especially if I'm not running tools, it'd be nice to have just something going.
Yeah. I mean, it was always good.
Because usually it's my audiobook in my ears.
Yeah. And something I've not talked about on the show since it's come back, but Demon Slayer season 4 has come back on, and they finally started a new arc in the show. It's an anime, and it is good. Also, I forgot to mention this because of something I was doing in the background. Andre challenged me to watch a certain anime, and I'd heard of it, but I knew nothing about it. It was called 86.
86.
Yeah, just called 86.
As in dead.
No. It's a.
He didn't 86 them?
It's about the number 86.
Okay.
So it's a mecha anime, which obviously revolves around robotic things.
So did you watch Atlas yet?
No, I only just heard about it.
Okay.
Yeah. So what was funny is when he told me about 86, I'm like, that sounds fucking familiar. I didn't realize I already had a kit. I bought a kit for him, but then I sold it, so I never built it. Because it looked cool. It was a cool looking mecha, 4-legged spider thing with a big ass gun on it. So I was like, this is cool.
Reminiscent of the old MechWarrior video game?
Yeah, in a way. But they're not gigantic.
I played it.
Yeah.
Ton of that.
Yeah, so they're not gigantic. They're basically tank sized.
Ah.
So basically, due to a world war happening and things getting redistributed at some point around Europe, because we only basically cover Europe in this show, this particular country built an automated robotic assault system.
So basically a national defense system.
Well, they built a robotic AI army of walking tank creatures and lost control of it.
As you would.
Yeah, it basically just went and it killed mostly everybody.
Now that's a new concept in movies, isn't it?
No. So the thing is that the first season focuses on this one particular country, which is basically this is mainland Europe because they never really deal with like England because they never talk about another island. Yeah. They just talk about this. And frankly, most countries don't even know if anyone else is alive because this robotic machinery has been going for like 10 years. And they think that there's a cutoff point that they say like, okay, it's going to last till here because at that point, that's as far as they were ever developed. And they should just stop in the next 2 years, period.
So are they subterranean? Are they?
Nope. They live on the surface, but they live in their nice, in this case, everybody in this country has white or silver hair and bluish, purpley eyes. And they're all pale skinned. Everyone in this country looks like this. It's a very specific description. But they also, because they don't feel like fighting these things themselves, they broke up their particular land into 87 districts. Theirs is the first district, and everyone out there is really fucking disposable. So the last group that is fighting...
first district, it's the 1%?
Yes.
Okay.
So this one particular district, which is District 86... is the ones out there doing the job in the battlefield. They have their mechs that they're fighting. They're basically, they built machines to basically imitate the living machines.
Yeah, but they level the playing field, but control them themselves.
Yes. But here's the thing.
Humans can't operate as efficiently, as fast, target as fast as AI and all that.
Well, the show proves the opposite.
Okay.
So, but the point is that this particular country, known as the... let
me guess they use logic or oddball logic to confuse the enemy.
No.
No? Really?
No. But what they do is they tell the public that what they're fighting with is also an autonomous force, not the poor people who live on the outside.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
The undesirables, the expendables.
They literally refer to them as pigs. They see them as less than human.
Oh, shit.
So they have actually lied and said that the people on the outside in the lesser districts are actually human-animal hybrids. And we are the perfect people.
Oh, wow.
They are the less than perfect.
Reminds me of the class distinction in that one movie about the train, Snowpiercer.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very similar.
That was really good.
So the people inside this main district, capital as you would call it, they live their normal fancy-ass lives. They've got all the money. They got all the technology, all this other stuff. People on the outside, it basically looks like just kind of modern day to a degree. Mm-hmm. But we see the 86s, as they refer to them, because they're like the last ones out there. And they got to go fight the fucking automated shit that I forgot the name of at this particular moment. And they come in giant swarms. You know they're coming.
Oh, like
the Zerg,
like Matrix,
like the Zerg and Star
swarms.
Trek. Yeah,
yeah,
or Star Trek. Fucking what did I say? Starcraft. So basically, they know they're coming because the field gets blanketed, or the sky gets blanketed by these like robotic butterflies, which is basically like their kind of communication net. Mm-hmm. Takes over the whole sky, so the weather changes when they're coming.
Full battlefield net.
Yeah, and then basically everything's got guns and or choppy bits, and so these ragtag group of people who basically when the truth comes out about what the 86s are for, it changes the series. And mind you, it's like any other thing where, you know, you've got the young group of kid soldiers, basically. They're teenagers, but they make... The funny thing is, anime teenagers look like adults, not actual teenagers. So they're like, yeah, I'm actually 15, but I look 37 in the cartoon.
Yeah, I have a hard time watching anime.
Well, the funny part is the only way they distinguish between younger people and older people is height.
Yeah. So,
like, the other main star, who is the female who comes in to... control the 86. So they need someone who watches the battlefield and gives them commands, but they're sitting inside the Capitol. She didn't even realize they were real people until she got into this thing.
Oh, damn.
So, and then she decides she's going to be different from all the other commanders that they've had, who just use them as disposable fodder, and actually get to know these people and talk with them and shit like that. So she's talking with them off hours. Like, they use what they call a para-raid system, so... It just basically allows them to all communicate.
Internal IM system.
No, it's talking directly.
Oh.
And it can go so far as connecting visually. So if she connects it the right way, she can literally see through their eyes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But of course that fucks her up if she goes that far. But like, she's a good commander, she's a good strategist. However, their head guy, who's in charge of them on the field, is known as the Undertaker, or Shinigami, or Death God, or however you want to call it. And his symbol is a headless skeleton with a shovel.
Damn.
So, but there's a reason for that you find out through the series. So, it is a good fucking series. Season 2 was weird, but ultimately ended great. Mm-hmm. Like, it really fucking moved me by the end of it. Finally, they did some of the things. But, like, if they had stopped at the beginning of season 1, or at the end of season 1, start at the beginning, or stop at the beginning.
Stop at the beginning.
Quit it. Just end it. So, like, they ended season 1.
There are some shows that should have.
Yeah. So, if they hadn't done the stuff past the credits in season 1 and just ended it, it would have been a perfectly good series, standalone short series of, like, 12 episodes. But then they went to season 2, and then they showed you what happens after. But it would have been a perfectly good emotional send-off for all our characters,
right,
had they just ended there. And so Andre challenged me to watch that, and I was like, okay, I'll give it a chance. It was weird at first because I wasn't sure where the episode breaks were happening. Because, like, they showed the title card, like, 8 minutes in, and then, like, there was the final credits, and then it would roll into stuff after the credits. And then if you didn't catch the pause between episodes, you're like, okay, where are the actual episodes fucking stopping and going? And I was going in and out of consciousness a little bit while I was watching the first 4 episodes because I'm trying to watch it and fight off napping time. And I was like, okay, what the fuck is happening? But in any of these stories where it's like child soldier against impossible odds, like they almost always get me. And it's one of the big things that like Gundam did. So I was like, it's very Gundam-esque.
Yeah.
But it's different in that you see so much of it through her eyes being remote. And then you see the divide of the people. Like, you treat us like shit, so we don't see you as anything. They even called her, because they called her the pig princess at some point. Because, like, they're referred to as pigs by the elites. And so they flip it on its head. Basically, they're just normal people and refugees from the war who were on the outside that are not genetically perfect, whatever. Because they never explain why these people all look the same. Mm-hmm. It's like, why are all these people pale skinned with silver eyes and blue eye, or silver hair and purple eyes? I was like, is there an explanation for why these people are all genetically the same, but everyone outside of here is not?
Did you search for an explanation?
No, I kind of like the idea that whatever set the world apart,
they just are.
This is just how we do this.
So, changing gears a little bit, you're rewatching one of my favorite series.
Am I?
BBC Sherlock. I liked it. Cumberbatch and that other fella did a damn good job.
I love how you can never remember the guy with the easier name.
I never can.
Martin Sheen.
Watson?
Yeah.
What? That's his name?
Yeah.
I never remember it.
Yeah, it's easy to remember.
Okay, Martin Sheen.
Yeah, there you go. So either way, yes, I did just start rewatching it. Only got through episode 1 yesterday, which is perfectly fine.
I'm about to jump onto episode 4 tonight, or season 4.
Yeah, that's where things start getting wonky.
Yeah. Well, they got wonky at the end of season 3 because they went back to the 1860s.
Yeah, because he was he was dying after taking drugs on the plane.
Yeah.
He was literally gone 5 minutes and somehow put himself into an overdose.
Yeah, shot the dude,
Yeah. So there was something, because obviously I've watched the whole series and they're not coming back to it as far as I know.
No, they're not.
No spoilers, but there is something said in episode 1 that comes to fruition, as it were, in season 4. I'll say off, so don't spoiler things here. But anyway, we already are over 2 hours, and we're trying to keep this succinct. Today.
One of us has things to do.
Yeah, well,
the other wants to go to Harbor Freight and look at tools.
I mean, I would like to go to Harbor Freight and look at tools, but I got shit to do. It's like, I got a lot of things to do. But either way, guys, sorry we got a very political in this one, but we're living in a politically turmoil world, and we had no pop culture to
you
talk
got
about.
Political. I didn't. I could have gone way longer.
You didn't go as hard as you should have.
Yeah.
And we will. I'll push you in.
Offline.
Well, another day for sure. But either way, we can talk about. We don't need to, because if there's anything that we need to be concerned about that for the YouTube audience, I will just straight put it on Rumble or keep it on Patreon.
Yeah.
Because one day when you're not doing something in the evening times,
that's most days. It's you that gets busy.
Yes, but I'm saying like actual evening, like nighttime. Join on a Patreon stream. We could talk politics with the
brother.
patrons.
I don't go to work till midnight.
I know that, but still.
So let me know.
We shall see. Because either way, we do have a Patreon stream coming up this week as well. Because May was such a long month, we had an extra one. But then I forgot. It's like, oh yeah, beginning of the month, we got to do another one. Fuck. I was like, so either way, guys, join the Patreon if you want to see the full uncut version of stuff. Because especially when we talk politics, I remove a lot of discussions, sometimes clumsily. I realized last week it was a much clumsier edit than I thought. I was like, oh
really?
Yeah, that was not that did not sound as good as I thought it did. I was like, because I could do a lot cleaner edits when I had separate audio for everyone and I could move things, but since we're all in the same audio track now, I can't do as clean edits unless we pause, which is hard to do because we do just talk on.
We do talk and we tend to never stop.
Yep. I do want to see if Will wants to come back another day because I want to talk non-church related stuff with him, get more nerdy stuff.
Give me time to check my phone.
You can just sit there and check your fucking phone. Once again, guys, we need questions for episode 100. Episode 100 will be nothing but a really long questionnaire where we talk about silly shit. So we need short answer questions, either ors, would you rathers, no top fives. Because that's way too long. But there was another section in the questionnaire thing that I came up with, and I forgot what it was. Because it was either ors or would you rathers, and I think maybe like short rankings of certain things. Like
either ors irritate me, but I'll answer them.
No, that's why it's fun, because like you never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, right.
Because some of the ones from episode 69,
I don't want a piece of poop up the nose.
No. But some of the ones from episode 69 were like funny, but also like, well, hell, I've never thought about that, which is technically worse. Because a lot of those were like pain related, stuff like that. Which thing would you rather have? This form of pain or this really annoying thing? It's like, or
this pain once or this pain forever.
No, I think because the title of the episode was she's a 10 but dumb as shit. Because that was the thing. It was like, would you rather someone you can have a conversation with that's a 4 or a 10 that is a moron?
Right.
You know, that's. I mean, that's kind of hard to answer.
No, it's not. Does she pick up after herself?
I mean, that's not part of the solution here. It's literally stupid and hot, or, you know, mildly attractive, but you can have.
I don't know. There's a huge difference between mildly attractive and a slob, or stupid and hot and neat.
But what
they're way more factors.
But see, the problem is that you put the both negatives together and both positives together.
And
no, it's the other way around. You got to have the positive and negative, positive and negative.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah. So cleans up after themselves, but is a 4, or hot and is a slob.
No, switch them back.
No,
switch them back.
No, this is the thing. It's like, which negative? Because people want to say, well, yeah, I want the hot one because she's hot. It's like, yes, but also negatives.
No, I'm making this shit up, damn
No,
it.
you're not. I'm the host. I make up all the shit. Either way, guys, I got to go make up some shit right now.
Let's go do shit.
Well, I mean, I have to go do shit.
Yeah, me too.
Well, you can do shit elsewhere.
Oh.
Don't use up all my toilet paper. Either way, guys. And with that, okay, bye.
Okay, bye.